Okay folks, this looks a bit boring-ish, but it could look really good on the photocopier. We'll soon find out what it is. Okay, let's see what we have here. A skirt, really straight up and down sort of a skirt, and the pattern. I'll just show you the pattern here. Really, that'll look really good. And I'll just put it on the glass and see what we get up to. I'm going to try and keep it flat as I move it for this one. It's going to be a little bit crinkled around the hand, but that might add some goodness to it. Yeah, that looks interesting. That's a good start. We're going to use that as our master copy. I'm just going to take that away. Going to use some of that. I'm going to make this look interesting. Yeah, that looks good already. That looks really nice, that swirl of colour. Still needs more work to be done. Okay, let's just take this one away, and we're just going to use that one. So we're just going to put it like that. But I'm really missing a loved one, folks, and I'm trying to get this stuff on television, on the free-to-air primetime news. And it's really proving to be difficult. But it will happen, folks. I'm positive. I'll try to be positive. I believe in positivity, folks, even though negativity is commonly in the way, and I think we can take that section and enlarge it. But basically, we have to somehow try to be optimistic, folks. When you're onto a good thing, you gotta bloody well stick to it, folks. And I know that what I'm doing here is a good thing, and I'm gonna stick to it at all costs. And it's basically, this is my primary talent, and basically this is what I'm good at, and I like what I do, even though it does get wearing. It does wear me out because it's hard work, but I know it's going to deliver me my partner Luigi, who I'm trying to get in touch with, and I can't get in touch any other way but through the television. I don't know exactly what his surname is, and I don't have his number. I tried looking him up on Facebook, and I just ended up into a tearing mess, into an explosive rage, anguish. Well, you could call it a tantrum. It wasn't nice. This was a while back. But I'm not going to bother setting myself up for disappointment by trying to use conventional methods of communication. I'm going to move it up a bit and maybe enlarge it a bit across. But basically it's really difficult trying to compete with the common narrative of the news channels of death, disease, disaster, destruction. They begin with D, most of these things, and then you got duplications of it like murder and crime, and occasionally you get a suicide or a murder, suicide, you get stabbings, you get house fires, car chases, you name it, the news channels have got it. If it's negativity, if it's deathly, they'll have it. It's their favourite thing, and it really wears me out that they feel they have to do that, and it really is annoying amongst all things, as well as depressing. Some things are necessary, like learning that masks are now mandatory on public transport and indoor settings. That's important. That's good information to have from the channel. That's one of the times when I find TV can be useful and practical. But when they're talking about murders and stuff, there's no use. It doesn't do anything. You're not going to bring the person back from the dead. You're not informing anyone usefully. People, not every, it's not your, if it's not your relative or your family member that's been killed, or a friend or a loved one or someone you know, someone that, it's just pointless. I don't understand why they must show that stuff. Obviously people supposedly want to be shocked and have sensationalism. It's obviously entertainment. The news is not practical anymore. It's entertainment. It's entertainment at the cost of other people and their lives and their livelihoods. And really this is getting, that looks a bit better, you can just see there. So really the news doesn't seem to serve much of a practical purpose. And what I'm trying to do here with my situation with Luigi is, again, we're trying to make practical use of the news, trying to create practical news, practical, and also a love story, something potentially heartwarming. And then when we get together, there'll be a celebration and it'll be on television. Well, there won't be a party, but we'll be really happy, and it'll be reported upon that due to the efforts of the TV channels, Luigi and I are now together. Yippee! So we have to do things differently, folks. We have to change things. We have to add a little heartwarmingness to the news. I mean, and then of course, you got football players acting up. Really, who cares? Obviously, they think the footy audience likes to see a football player get done for rape or sexual assault, or whatever it is that they've done wrong, seriously wrong, or some other off-field indiscretion, that they made a public nuisance of themselves or something. It's all silly. It's like, fuck, do we really need to know this shit? Do we really, really need to fucking know? And indeed, if a person's house catches fire, do we really, really want to see the burnt out wreckage? Do we really want to know about it, folks? Do we want to hear that someone died of smoke inhalation, someone got burned? Do we really need to know that? Do we really need to know that, folks? Do we? Fuck that. No, we don't. Unless it's your fucking relative or your friend or your family or your loved one. That, yes, that could be useful, but it's not. Because most of the audience don't know the person whose house caught fire. So therefore, what is the point? If it's not useful except for a handful of people. No, I fucking hate it. Sorry, folks. We don't need that. You know, this is all curly. It's been a wettish sort of. We've had some rain over the past couple of days. So sorry, it looks nice otherwise, but sorry about the curls. I think now we can call this demo quits. Oh, actually, we'll just keep, I just didn't press the button properly. I think we can call it quits.